Hello students, welcome once again. As we supposed to start a ripple factor of inductor filter. See, I'll write ripple factor of inductor filter with full wave rectifier. Right. In the last lecture, we have seen why inductor filters we never use with half wave rectifier. Right. We had a discussion. We had a nice and long discussion about that. Why we never use half wave rectifier and inductor filter combination. Is it? So now we have seen that when I use full wave rectifier with inductor filter, then a waveform is produced. A sine wave is produced. A fluctuating waveform is produced, and the fluctuating waveform has some ripple voltage. See, we have denoted that ripple voltage via the same notation that we have used in capacitor filter. Right? So as if ripple voltage is there, it means we have to calculate ripple factor. See, ripple voltage VR is available. Ripple voltage is available, it means still AC components are available. So how much AC components are available, that is our job. Right? We have to find how much AC components or how much ripple components available in the output waveform. Is it? Now see, this waveform, let me change the color. This waveform is represented in the form of Fourier series. I told you last time, Fourier series. Is it? I'll tell you a little bit about this Fourier series. Any periodic signal can be represented in the form of long series. Is it? And this is invented by a scientist called Fourier. Is it? There was a nice story when Fourier was there. He sat somewhere nearby lake, and then he saw some waves are coming out of the lake, and then suddenly he started his theory. That once we finish this chapter, whenever I get time, I will tell you about the history of this Fourier. It's a good time to discuss this history of Fourier scientist, is it? So the thing that I want to tell you is that what Fourier has said, Fourier said any periodic signal is represented in the form of a series. Then any periodic signal means, for example, if this is the output waveform of current that I am getting with full wave rectifier and inductor filter, for example, this is current I, then this current I of full wave rectifier with inductor filter can be represented in a Fourier series, that is something plus again something plus again something plus again something plus again something. See, even I am not writing what is that something. I am just telling you that it's a long series, and this current I is represented in the form of that series. Now, out of this series, the first element is always average. Now, if I am saying it's a current element, then it is average current, that is IDC. I am representing current in Fourier series, so that is what IDC. The second component is a fundamental component. Second component is fundamental component. I am just telling you what is Fourier series. Is it? We are not going into the detail of how current is represented in the form of Fourier series, because that representation of current waveform in the form of Fourier series is not the demand and even not the requirement of our syllabus. Is it? So as if our syllabus doesn't demand the representation of Fourier series, that's why we are not entering into the detail of Fourier series. I am just giving you overview what is a Fourier series. A series which has first component as an average value, second component as a fundamental component, and that fundamental component has a frequency same as input frequency, that is frequency of AC signal, because for a rectifier and filter input is always AC. The second component is called second harmonic component. It has frequency exactly equals to twice of supply frequency. Third component is called third harmonic component and it has frequency 3f. Fourth component has frequency of 4f. Fifth component has frequency of 5f. F is a fundamental frequency or line frequency. If it is a rectifier, then I can say it's a line frequency, that is 50 Hertz always. See what Fourier series says. Fourier series says that the frequency is increasing. See, frequency is going on, f, 2f, 3f, 4f, 5f. It get multiple, is it, as you go on increasing the series. So out of this, first 2 or 3 components are very important, is it, because first tells average, second one tells fundamental, and third one says second harmonic component. So this component, second harmonic component, has maximum amplitude as compared to third, and third has larger amplitude as compared to fourth. It means amplitude is going to decrease whereas frequency is going to increase. Look at this, amplitude decreases, frequency increases as we go on increasing the number of elements in the Fourier series. So if I represent the current in the form of Fourier series, then I can take 2 components from that Fourier series. And which are those components? Let me directly write those components. Okay, I'll write here. First component, that is IR. First, let me change the color. Look at this. First component that I am getting from the Fourier series is IRMS. IRMS is equals to 4. Once again, there is a mistake. So 4IM. Where it is 4? Yes, 4IM divided by 3 root 2. Look at this, I am writing direct equation. Pi under root RL square plus 4 omega square L square. Okay. Now this is not Im, it is Vm. So 4 Vm, I in terms of V. 4 Vm divided by 3 root 2 multiplied by pi multiplied by under root RL square 4 omega square L square. Is that? Second term that I will get is IDC. I told you that in Fourier series, first term is average value, that is DC, and second term is fundamental component or AC component. AC component means RMS component. So it is twice Vm divided by pi RL. So those are 2 components that I am getting from Fourier series. See, nobody will ask you from where you are getting these components. You can clearly say I am getting this component if I represent my current waveform in the Fourier series. Is that? So it is just representation of current waveform in Fourier series. If I represent it, I am getting these 2 components, IRMS, IDC. Now what is my aim? The aim is to calculate a ripple factor. See, the aim is to calculate a ripple factor. And what is ripple factor? A ripple factor is RMS value divided by DC value. Now no matter whether it is RMS voltage or RMS current, I will write IRMS and IDC. Isn't it? It can be VRMS divided by VC. No problem. It can be IRMS divided by IDC. VRMS divided by VDC. No problem. RMS value divided by average value must be there. Okay. Now see, IRMS, yes, IRMS is there. IDC, yes, IDC is there. Now if I put those value and simplify this ripple factor equation, then look at this. What is the ripple factor equation then? Ripple factor equation will be then divided 4 Vm divided by 3 root 2 multiplied by pi under root RL square, RL square omega square L square, the whole divided by IDC. What is that IDC? It is twice Vm divided by RL. Now can we simplify this? If it is possible, as I will take a lot of time to write here on the digital board. If you have notebook and pen, please go ahead and solve it. Just simplify it, is it? Now after simplification, what I am getting? I am getting 2 divided by that 3 root 2 will be as it is. What else is there? What else? It is 1 divided. Just check whether I am right or am I missing something. Just check. Under root 1 plus, it is plus 1 plus. Now look at this, 4 omega square L square divided by RL square. Actually I can write everything out of the bracket. Yes, I can, but this is what I got, that is R is equals to that ripple factor is equals to this. You can call it as equation number 1, no problem at all. This is what my equation for a ripple factor of Fourier rectifier with inductor filter. 4 omega square L square divided by RL square. Now consider two cases, that is VNL and VFL. Why I am going to consider this two cases? Because see, omega square is there, L square is there. Now as omega is also there, inductor value is also there, and even the value of resistor is also there in the ripple factor equation. You remember a capacitor filter, we have derived equation R is equals to 1 divided by 4 root 2 FCRL. Yes, it was. Now as if we have derived this equation and only RL was there, is it? I am rubbing it because I don't want any confusion in between capacitor and inductor filter. See, now consider two cases, when there is no load current at all, that is VNL, and when there is some current. Is it? First consider a case when there is no load current. No load current means what? IL is equals to 0. And well, current will be 0 obviously when RL is infinite. Yes, is it common sense that current 0 कब होता है? जब resistance infinite होता है. Now look at this. This is the first condition that I have considered. Where is cursor? When there is no load current, that is IL is equals to 0 completely. Now if IL is equals to 0 and RL is infinite, it means I am talking about this term RL. Look at this. This is infinite. So obviously if this is infinite, means something divided by infinite will be about nothing. Is that null? It means the complete term, this complete term will become 0 if RL is equals to infinite. Yes. So what is the remaining in the equation, in the above equation, in equation number 1? The only thing is 2 divided by 3 root 2. 2 divided by 3 root 2. That's all. That is the only remaining thing if I consider VNL, that is when there is no load current at all. I got this equation. Now let me solve this with calculator. 2 divided by 3 root 2. If I calculate it, then what I am getting? 0.472. Approximately, why approximate? Write down 47.2%. 47.2% is the ripple factor. Do you remember we have a ripple factor of full wave rectifier? See, ripple factor of full wave rectifier without any filter. Without any filter. What is ripple factor of full wave rectifier without any filter? It is 48%. And look at this, 48%, 47%. Isn't it same? Approximately. Is it? So when there is no load current, it seems like as good as I am not connecting any filter. Is it not? See, because there also I am getting 48% ripple. Here at no load condition I am getting 47.2% ripple. It means as good as this inductor is not there, as good as I am not connecting any filter in my circuit. So this VNL condition is not useful for us. Is it not? It seems like there is no filter. Without filter also I am getting 48%. With filter also I am getting 47.2%. Approximately 48%. So what's the use of connecting filter then? Is it? So filter is not even working when I consider this VNL. See, at VNL, at this condition, यहाँ पे जैसे दिख रहा है कि फिल्टर कनेक्ट ही नहीं किया है। सो VNL ये कंडीशन तो कुछ काम की नहीं है। इट मीन्स आई कैन नॉट ऑपरेट इंडक्टर फिल्टर एट VNL कंडीशन। इंडक्टर फिल्टर देन कैनॉट बी यूज्ड फॉर जीरो करंट, उसको लोड करंट कुछ तो चाहिए, देन ओनली आई कैन यूज इंडक्टर फिल्टर, अदरवाइज इंडक्टर फिल्टर का कुछ यूज ही नहीं है। I just want to show you that, and that's why I have written this term separately here in this equation. I told you to simplify and I have simplified it by my own way, and I got this. I have separated the term intentionally. Is that? Yes, you got the point. When I am connecting inductor filter with IL is equal to 0, that there is no load current, then as good as inductor filter कुछ काम ही नहीं कर रहा. Is it? So that's why this condition is not useful for us. Then what is the useful condition? Let's check out. What is the useful condition? Useful condition is when there is some current. Now let me take another case. When there is some current. When there is some current. I didn't say full current. I'm just saying there is some current. That is IL is not equals to 0. Is it? Now check it out. If IL is not equals to 0, what does it mean? It means that IL has, sorry, RL, where it is? Where's the cursor? There. It means RL is not equals to infinite. Open circuit nahi hai wo. That's what. So in that case, check out the above equation. RL has some value. So if RL has some value, then look at this equation, equation number 1. If RL has some value, then this term 4 omega square L square divided by RL square, obviously this term will definitely becomes greater than 1, or I can say it becomes very, very greater than 1. Look at this. This 1, okay, let me write it. Where it is, yes. If I consider some load current, that is when RL is not equals to 0, I forgot to write L here, RL is not equals to 0, then this term 4 omega square L square divided by RL square. Now this has very, very large value as compared to 1. So I can neglect 1 from equation number 1. Is 1 from equation number 1. So let me neglect that. Why? Because 1 is very, very less than this term 4 omega square L square divided by RL square. Is it? As it is very less neglected. Now if I neglect, then equation number 1 becomes. Now what is equation number 1 becomes then? It will be R is equals to 2 divided by 3 root 2 multiply by 1 divided by this term will be as it is, that is 4 omega square L square divided by RL square. Right? Now further simplify this. Now if I simplify this, what I'm getting 2 omega square, or okay, I'll write clearly 2 divided by 3 root 2 1 divided by 2 omega L divided by RL. Now it is okay. 4 root, see I have removed square, even I have taken square root of 4, so 2 omega L divided by RL, that's what it is. Now you further simplify this. What I'm getting after simplification of this, I will get RL will go upside, 2 will get cancelled, then RL divided by, just check out, RL divided by 3 root 2 will remain as it is, and omega L will be there. So this is what ripple factor of inductor filter with full wave rectifier. Is it? See why I have derived this in second case, because I want to tell you that in first case inductor filter is not useful. Inductor filter is useful only when there is some load current. So कुछ तो load current चाहिए if you are using inductor filter. Is it? That is one mandatory thing. If you want to use inductor filter, it has to be used with some load current. अगर load current नहीं है तो inductor filter का कोई use नहीं होता. Is it? That is the clear thing. And if you check this equation, R is equals to RL divided, RL means load resistor. So it means now load resistor RL is, what happened? Load resistor RL is in proportion with this R. अगर लोड रेजिस्टेंस बढ़ रहा है तो रिपल फैक्टर भी बढ़ेगा. That if you increase load current, is it means what I can say that IL is inversely proportional to the ripple factor, or ripple factor is inversely proportional to IL, whatever. It means if load current बढ़ रहा है तो ripple घटेगा. Is it? Load current घट रहा है तो ripple बढ़ रहा है. So that is the reason that inductor filter is always used at higher load current. Is it? Let me conclude here that this okay, let's have some space. This filter means L filter. Okay, I will write in detail. L filter is always used with large, it's E, large load current. L filter is always used with large load current. अगर लोड करंट कम है तो रिपल बढ़ेगा. रिपल बढ़ेगा तो हमें उसका कुछ यूज ही नहीं है. देयर इज नो यूज ऑफ लार्ज रिपल. लार्ज रिपल मीन्स लार्ज AC components. And what we use? What's the use of that AC components? We do not want this. We want DC components only. So this is the conclusion, that when there is a large current, then only this L filter, inductor filter can be used. Is it? Now one more thing that I want to tell you here, as if we started with the topic with inductor, let me tell you another thing, that if VDC has to be calculated when inductor filter is there, then whenever, look at this, go to the first diagram. Whenever I connect inductor with full wave rectifier, look at this diagram. Now this is inductor with full wave rectifier filter. The value of inductor is L, but inductor come with a small resistance with it, that is Rx, or some people call it as R. Is it? No, what is that Rx? Rx is the resistance, a pure resistance offered by the inductor, because inductor is what? It's a coil. You take a straight wire, is it, bend it or wound it, it becomes an inductor. Is it? So straight wire has some resistance. Even if you bend it, obviously resistance will not change. So this is what? Rigid resistance offered by the inductor. So in this derivation we have not considered this. We have neglected this Rx because it has very small value. As it is very small value, or it has very small value, we have neglected, but it is there. Is that? So what we will do when we start with next type of filter, that is LC filter, there we will consider that Rx. Is it? In this derivation, intentionally I have avoided this just to avoid confusion between load resistance or any other resistance or with the inductor resistance. Is it? So even if you want to write equation for VDC, and if you analyze with this equation, if you want to start with this equation, that is VDC, look at this. If you write VDC is equals to IDC multiplied by RL. Is it? And why I am writing this equation? Because I know that inductor filter needs a load current. लोड करंट तो चाहिए उसको. अगर लोड करंट चाहिए तो आई हैव टू मेंशन दिस लोड करंट एज आईडीसी. सो आई एम राइटिंग VDC इज इक्वल्स टू IDC मल्टीप्लाई बाय RL. But what is IDC? Look at this. But what is IDC? The equation for IDC is twice Vm by pi, twice Im. Why I am writing Vm? Twice Im by pi. It's not needed as such, but for an extra knowledge I am telling you, twice Im divided by pi. Is it? I have IDC in terms of Im. is it? But what is Im? Im, if I want to write equation for Im, then Im will be Vm divided by, now all those resistors will come in picture. Now what are those resistors? That is resistance offered by the secondary winding of the transformer plus resistance offered by the diode plus resistance offered by the inductor plus load resistance. Look at those. See, I'm writing everything. Rs plus Rf plus Rx plus Rf. Even you neglect this Rf and Rs, then also it is okay. Is it? Now, by all this, what is the equation of VDC then? Or if I put this value of Im here in this equation, then it becomes IDC is equals to what? Twice Vm. Look at this. I will write twice Vm divided by pi multiply by the series of resistance Rs plus Rf plus RL. What we forgot? We forgot Rx. Now look at this. This is what my IDC. Now put this value of IDC in this equation of VDC. Then what will be the value of VDC? Now, VDC will be then, look at this. I am interested in writing value of VDC. VDC will be VDC will be twice Vm. Look at this, twice Vm will be as it is multiplied by the value of load resistor divided by pi multiply by this whole resistance Rs plus Rf. I need to write it again and again plus Rx plus RL. Is it? But this whole is approximately equals to RL. Is it? This whole is approximately equals to RL. So that's why twice Vm multiply by RL, and this RL will get cancelled. What I am getting, VDC is equals to, once again, approximately twice Vm by pi. Is it not? See, whatever I have, I am just put this value here, again put this value here, again put this value here. What finally I am getting? I am getting the same, twice Vm by pi. That is what VDC. Is it? Even if you go and start analysis with IDC, then also it is okay. Is it? So when you finish with this ripple factor, you can neglect this. Not at all, it's not needed, but for a extra knowledge, if somebody write this equation, if you see this equation somewhere in book, then confusion should not be there that from where I am getting this equation. Is it? Somewhere you will find this. If you are referring a reference book, Boylsted or what is that, Motor Shed, the basic one, definitely you will face some equations like this. So confusion should not be there that from where I got this equation. Is it? So this is all about Fourier rectifier with inductor filter. Is it? Next lecture we will start with another type of filter. I think it is CLC, not CLC. Before CLC we have L type filter. Is it? So next lecture we will start with L type of filter. Okay. Till then, thank you very much.